So you've been told you have to comply, you have to wear this thing because of the pandemic, because of coronavirus. What is the real deal? What's the truth? Folks, Fernando doing another video for the Modern Survivalist, and this is something I'll be covering in this video. Not politically based, but based on my knowledge regarding survival and preparedness. After many years, I've been into this for quite some time. In fact, this is my mask. This is a General Service respirator. I bought it way before anything called coronavirus was out there in the news. Think like 8 years ago, and that's what preppers do. That's what survivalists do. We prepare for this sort of thing, and we understand that there's cases in which you may want to be a little bit more careful out there. So that's what I'm going to be covering here. First of all, this is something I was asked as a question for my live stream with Matt Bracken. We're doing great with Matt in these live streams, Saturday 3 p.m., almost 2 hours last time, and someone asked about masks. One more thing, yeah, when we're talking with Matt, sometimes there's a little bit of a delay, so there's that. And also, we get tons of questions, so we try to keep a flow of the conversation, trying to cover each topic as much as we can, going quite a bit into each one, so as to go in depth, but covering as much questions as possible. One final thing before going on with the video, given everything going on, and it's kind of linked to all of this political mess that you're seeing right now. Folks, if you want to prepare for all of this and you're new to the channel, get my latest book, Street Survival Skills. It is packed full of practical advice regarding protection, self-defense, awareness out in the street, how to be careful out there, practical stuff when the grid is not working. And man, it is pretty much tailor-made for the kind of thing you're likely to see with the political and social mess right now in the United States. This is kind of the ideal manual for you. And also my first one, Surviving the Economic Collapse, my first book, the one that has over 500 reviews. Guys, thank you so much for that. But also relevant to everything you're seeing right now with the dollar and the shape it is. So I want to answer this question that was left there and wasn't answered during the live stream. This is the kind of thing I cover in many videos if you want to go check them out. So you're being told to wear this because this is what you're supposed to wear for coronavirus. Is it true? Is it useful? Yeah, kind of. Not much of an answer, is it? No, let's go into it a little bit more in detail. So the CDC first said, when all of this got started, to wear an N95 respirator. An N95 respirator will filter 95% of the particles, and the consensus is, in general, for years, that an N95 respirator, which would be something like this, with a valve or without, we'll talk about that more in a second. This is the kind of thing you want for a virus that is airborne like coronavirus. You've been told also that it's not airborne. Well, that was also a lie. Yes, it is airborne, as it's proven right now. So that's your minimum standard, what the CDC said back in the day. Remember when they said that you should not wear any mask because it's worse than not wearing anything? Don't wear a mask, don't wear any kind of mask, just wash your hands. Remember that? Yeah, that was not being honest. That was just a way in which advisors, politicians, experts, they conclude, okay, we cannot provide PPE for everyone. Let's just tell people to not wear anything, just wash their hands. Soon they realized that was a huge mistake, and they went with the best of what was possible, which was this. Now, the truth is that this is better than nothing. Yes, it is better than nothing. Is it protecting our people? You've been told this. This is not for your protection, right? This is so as to protect everyone around you, right? You've heard that? Yeah, that's also kind of so not all that correct. The truth is that anything is better than nothing. A former president of the CDC said this. I've read it from a bunch of other experts. I've read it in different studies made. Even something like what I said months ago, making a mask with a piece of paper is better than nothing. Now, being better than nothing doesn't mean that is the standard recommended by World Health Organization or the CDC. The standard is an N95 or better, N99, N100, or like this mask here. This is a half mask. It's going to be sealing properly around your face, your mouth and nose, and this has P3 filters. P3 is the European equivalent of an N99 and N100. P2 would be similar to an N95. So N95 or P2 or better, that's the kind of particle filter you want for coronavirus. So And of course, something like this would be even better. This is a NBC mask. It's going to be filtering absolutely everything, and it's practically impossible to catch coronavirus while wearing this and following, of course, the proper protocol. Protocol is important because even the best mask will fail if you don't do that right. If you touch your face with a dirty hand with the virus, no mask is going to be helping. So even if this is kind of honest, brutal honesty, but if I was asked to make a recommendation, I would also make this recommendation, guys. Why? Because this is possible. That's better, but this is possible. What I mean by this is I cannot go out as a public official and tell people to wear something that they simply cannot have. This is similar to what happened with the N95s. They ran out of N95s everywhere, so they told people, don't wear N95s, they don't work. Plus, we need them for doctors. Kind of conflicting. Does it work? Doesn't it work? You need it for doctors, and if it doesn't work, this is the real protection you're going to be getting from this is limited. But it's better than nothing. If I had to make a general recommendation for the entire population of a country, I would tell people just the same thing. Wear the surgical mask and just, good luck with that. This is not ideal in terms of filtering material, but it is better than nothing. It's much better than nothing. The real problem is, first of all, it's not the kind of material that you would have from a proper respirator rated as an N95. These are not rated in that same way. It's a lot inferior. But besides that, it just has an awful seal around your face in terms of your mouth and your nose. So air is going to be leaking when you're inhaling all over the place. Based on everything I've read, and it's been quite a lot of that, I'd give it a 50-50 chance of you avoiding getting sick in a place where there's coronavirus floating in the atmosphere, in the area, with this type of mask. 50% at best. Now, you've been told that you don't wear this for your own protection, you wear it so as to protect others. That is also half truth. Yes, some of the spit, breathing, again, lie, this is an airborne disease. Yes, it is. And when each time you exhale, the little droplets with the virus go into the atmosphere. Now, some of that will get caught by the mask, right? You would be wearing this. I think this is the side that is more water repellent. So you want to not catch anything outside from here, and this the other side. So when you exhale, some of the air will go through the material, but a lot of the air will go out on the sides because this has an awful seal. So it will go out here, on their sides here as well, underneath. It's like a sprinkler with your respiration. So it's really not protecting everyone like this. There's a bit of a socialist component here. You're not protecting yourself, you're protecting the rest of the community. That is kind of socialist bullshit. I believe in personal responsibility. Protect yourself, honestly, protect yourself with the right material, with the right PPE. And those that don't want to protect themselves, they just can choose not to. This is the much hated respirator with a valve, because the valve means that it's not filtering the air that's coming out. As I said, this does not stop your exhalation from going out into the atmosphere. This, though, has this plastic piece that at least it throws it like down, straight down. So I would rate it as the similar protection in terms of your exhalation. This will send most of the larger drops straight down to the floor, and some of the lighter ones, smaller ones, will float around, and this will pretty much do something similar or even worse, because it's like the slow motion camera shows this here, and all over the place, like a sprinkler with your exhalation. But it's providing some protection. It is protecting you some. It is catching some of that exhalation. And if everyone uses it, studies from Asian countries where this is commonly used during flu season, it does help some. And it is possible. This for the entire population is impossible. This is a possibility. Now, on a personal level, I would advise you to wear N95 or better. My suggestion is going with something like this, a 3M. This is the one I wear when I go to a grocery store. But it's a lot more expensive. It's nearly impossible to find. I'll leave links if I find some of this stuff. Usually it's sold out, but this is the kind of thing you're going to be looking for. A proper 3M mask or some other quality brand that is a half mask and is giving you a proper seal with proper filters so as to stop the droplets with the virus, folks. That's basically what it comes down to. All right. And do you wear this all the time? Of course not. Use common sense. If you're going to be out and about on the street, walking outdoors, no problem. Now, if you're going to be going with other people, check out that proximity. If they're very close, that's not as good. Now, when you're going indoors to a grocery store, supermarket, whatever, I would recommend using either one of these or an N95 with or without a valve, but a proper N95. The minimum that the CDC recommended back in the day, because before all of this became a huge political agenda-driven thing, right? Now, if you don't have anything else, wear this. It is better than nothing, okay? Folks, have a great day. Remember my books, available in Amazon below. See you on our next video. Have an awesome day.